you don't really know what's going to happen.
We want to make sure that everyone can be chasing that American dream.
Sometimes the only way to succeed is just to not give up. Now they know
The other side.
Oh my gosh, we have one of my favorite people in the whole world who owns one of my favorite restaurants in the whole world. Let's give a big welcome to Mr. Mychal Dynes, everybody. Woo! Welcome to the other side with Mike
and Nathan.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. I'm excited to be here.
Are you more excited now?
Yes. 8 of those were just right.
He's got 8 more in him. He can do it.
Bro, I'm just looking for an opportunity. We always like to pull this one out at least once. Hopefully it's not because of something you say.
Yeah, we'll pull that one out when we talk about the golfing.
I got dad jokes, so I got a lot of dad
exactly.
jokes, so I'm good at those. So
Michael asked me if there's anything he needs to bring today. I told him a sense of humor. That's what I wrote back to him.
Sense of humor and maybe tacos. But then we'll do that next time. We'll bring that next time.
No, yeah. So you own Little Conejo, which is a fantastic taco joint here in downtown Vancouver.
Yes.
But it's not all of who you are. It's just something that you own and do. But we're really looking forward to getting to know the man, Mr. Mychal Dynes, and hearing a little bit about your guys' history and how you got to where you are today. So why don't you introduce yourself to everybody and just give us a background on who you are.
Thanks. Mychal Dynes. I grew up in Vancouver. Lived in the Seattle area for a little bit, but mostly a West Coast guy. And I've been married to my wife, Jana, for almost 17 years. And we have 2 awesome young men that we're raising. And they go to Ridgefield High School. We live in Ridgefield. And then, I own Little Conejo in Vancouver and Bunny's Pizza in Ridgefield. Mark Wooten's my business partner in both of those ventures. And Conejo in Vancouver's 7.5 years old. And
No way.
yeah.
That's wild.
We've been eating those tacos for 7.5 years.
And Bunny's is over 2 years old. So
And up there, you guys are sharing the space still? Or
yeah,
is it separate spaces
it's
now?
Conejo for lunch and
Yeah.
pizza and pasta for dinner.
Cool.
We had a taco truck up there for 2 years and just kind of felt like we were almost competing with ourselves a little bit. So lease was up at the food truck pod and made sense to kind of combine them and join forces.
Yeah.
So that's been good. That's been over a year. We've been running it that way too.
Very cool. So growing up in Vancouver, did you always I want to own a restaurant? Like, this is what I want to do, or I want to be an entrepreneur?
I wanted to play professional baseball. Really, is what I wanted to do growing up. And then I quickly realized that that wasn't going to happen.
How did you realize that wasn't going to happen? Exactly.
Well, I played at a community college in Edmonds Community College, and that was a great 2 years of my life. We won 2 NWAC titles. And
No way.
yeah, it's a wood bat league. And my coach up there, Donnie Marbett, he was really hard on us, but he made us just a really tight unit as a team. I think that was his goal, looking back now. Like, he was just kind of a red ass, and we had to run, and we thought we hated him, but we united in that hate for him, and I think that was his goal the whole time. And it was really good. It taught me a lot, and I wanted to quit several times, but that was cool. I still talk to a lot of those guys, and
That's amazing.
yeah. But then we were, guys started throwing the mid 90s, and I couldn't see it. So
Dude, people have no idea. A 90-mile-an-hour fastball is nothing in the majors, and you can't see it. It's terrifying.
yeah, I think that's a really cool thing now. Like, how many guys are throwing 100 miles per hour in the major leagues?
Yeah, that used to be like a novelty item.
Right. That was like 1 or 2
Yeah.
guys back when I was
A
younger.
closer maybe for an inning or two. And now you have starters that are throwing the high 90s.
In the 7th inning.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the big unit screwed it for everybody.
Yeah. I
Nolan
just
Ryan.
think we're human beings. We're evolving. We're getting better. We're, science and medicine and training and analytics and all that stuff. We're just like really going off the charts with what we can do in almost every sport.
Yeah. How long after the baseball championships and that season of your life was over, how long did it take you to look back on your coach favorably?
It's a good question. Probably 4 years.
Had to get out of your system.
But I liked him. I always admired him.
Yeah.
And now that, my kids are experiencing different levels of coaching and different levels of intensity in coaching, I really like the intense coach.
Yes.
I think that that's so valuable for a kid and for young people growing up. As long as they, of course, back in the day, you had guys like Bobby Knight and people that were taking it to a different level.
Well, bro, he's throwing chairs and choking dudes. I mean,
choking.
I don't know, man. Like,
locking kids in a closet for hours. I think that's probably crossing a line, but I think now there's just too many coaches that are just like, they're kind of mailing it in.
Yeah.
And there's no practice plan and there's no real incentive for kids to get better and to really hustle. And so, yeah, I think that Donnie was a great coach, and he went on to coach Washington State, but he's actually in real estate now up in kind of the North Seattle
real estate,
area.
everyone's first choice. Everybody's first choice, real estate.
That's funny. Actually, my wife Jana just got into real estate too.
No way!
Yeah.
Congratulations, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
she's
so cool.
We met at Beaches in Beaverton. We worked there together, and then she was in the medical field for a few years, and then just kind of like remodeled and redesigned houses, and just sort of like snowballed where she's like, I should just get my real estate license, because if I'm going to do this for, she really loves just redesigning and envisioning a space. So
That's
not
awesome.
her first choice either, but
Yeah, dude.
she loves it.
Dude, I've never met somebody who's like, you know what? Ever since I was 9, all I've ever wanted to do was be a real estate agent, other than Eric Cartman. Other than that, that's the only 9-year-old
I was gonna say, I think
who
unless
wants
you're
that.
born into that, you
you don't
whole
know any
families like
different.
that. Yeah. That's all I know.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Very, very few.
Did
Yeah.
you guys have aspirations for like sports or anything growing up?
Fuck
I
yes.
thought I was going to be in the NBA until I realized I was under 6 foot and white, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this doesn't work." I remember it was in middle school, and I was like, "Oh, they're dunking," and I was like still trying to like get halfway up the net. Like I was like, I can touch the bottom. I'm trying to get halfway up the net, where the the netting gets wider, and I was like, "Oh, they're dunking basketballs." I was like, "I don't think I'm gonna make it." It took me till that long till I realized this isn't going to make it. And then I really loved baseball, but got hurt like my sophomore year of high school. My shoulder's never been fixed. It's been terrible. So, yeah.
Yeah,
So
and then for me, it was football was always my thing. That was my jam. But then again, just being 5'8" and only 100, or I was 185 in college. Now I'm like 215, 220. Still, there's no way.
You'd have to be a running back.
Yeah,
If
that'd
you
be a
ever
running
see
back.
him
Yeah.
run,
He's
he's not a running back.
No, exactly. It was
It's just
yeah.
not happening.
I try and justify it sometimes because there's some guys out in the field, like I can't remember what was that Denver Broncos running back. I think it started with a P, I think, but he was like 5'8", 200 pounds or something like that, and he was killing it. But
Philip Lindsay?
yes, that guy. Yep, Philip Lindsay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like 5'8" and 190
Yeah.
pounds or whatever, an NFL running back.
I think
but,
he walked on too.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, there is hope. But then, like Nathan said, then I'm on the treadmill for a mile and I'm like halfway dying. I'm like,
I see you on the treadmill at Ridgefield. What is that? Anytime Fitness? You used to go there.
I used to go there for a minute. Yeah.
I saw you there once in a while.
Damn. That
What was her
we knew each
name?
other.
Why did you go there?
Was I with somebody? Because
It had been a while ago when you're probably living up
yeah,
there.
I was gonna say it might have been. Yeah.
I didn't come here to out anybody.
Oh, yeah, okay.
listen,
That's all good.
exactly. Yeah, we were talking about how we could find
Yeah,
some
like, what?
uncomfortable questions for you. I came with one uncomfortable question for you that I'd like to ask you. We can edit it out if you want to, but I don't think I want to. So I was like, so Michael, you're a white guy, right? And you sell a lot of tacos. And then I was going to ask you about cultural appropriation, but decided not to.
So
how do you feel about cultural appropriation?
I assumed you were gonna bring that up. I think it's.
Jeez, he
You
knows you too well.
assumed. You're like,
That shows a lot
I'm a
about
known
Nathan.
man. He's
Yeah.
like, he's going to make it uncomfortable at some point. That's hilarious.
It's a topic I think that's so nuanced and deep. I think, especially around Mexico and the United States, especially right now with tariffs and everything going on. But there's, I think a lot of places are doing something from their cultural heritage.
Yeah.
I think that stuff happens all over in different cuisines and everything. And that's one thing at Conejo we've always said, like, we're not traditional. We don't tell people we're traditional.
Right.
We do love going to Mexico and tasting things, and but you know, at the end of the day, we just want to make food we're proud of, and hopefully give people good service, and educate ourselves on the stuff that we bring in.
And
But
you guys do such a wonderful job of that.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
your
a solid
food,
answer.
the environment, the atmosphere, the location's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I love that place. Like, you guys have done a wonderful job in there.
Thank you.
It's awesome. Every time I
Thank
go
you.
in there, it's busy. There's always like a good vibe. Like, it's good energy. Like, the customer service is excellent. Like, you guys have done a wonderful job.
here's something really unique about that conversation. So you look at like mezcal and how popular mezcal is, or
Becoming.
was. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's kind of, you could say it's still growing, or it's sort of on the downswing. It's tough to say because I think it's bigger than it's ever been for sure. But is it as hot as it was 2-3 years ago? I don't know. And then just like we were saying, how time is weird. I think COVID in that period makes time weird. Anyways, I think mezcal wouldn't be experiencing this without people from the United States importing it or buying it or tasting it in really high-end bars, you know, that aren't Mexican restaurants.
Right. So how do you guys have an idea of like how all the new tariffs are going to impact your guys' product lines?
We just assume the prices are going to go up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, because you guys don't get like the traditional, like, you know, you don't have the Don Julio lineup. You know what I mean? Like, you guys have like stuff I've never even seen or heard of before, and it's every time we go golfing, you have something in your bag that tastes amazing, and we just take it straight from the bottle because it's like it's perfect. Everything he has is so good. I've never even heard of it before. It's awesome.
yeah, it's been a really cool journey. I think when we first opened, 100% agave was like, that was the term you look for on bottles of tequila specifically. Because I
Yes.
think tequila in general is the one that has all the different stuff on the label and is probably doing the most modification or alteration with before it goes to the bottle and before you taste it. There's a lot of, in mezcal, there isn't even a lot of like stuff they would want to do to it. It's pretty neat. They just kind of like make it, put it in the bottle, and hope you like it. But there's a lot
I
of
like that.
This will sell.
Yeah, 'cause, well, if you like it, you like it. If you don't,
Well, I love
Don't buy
that
it.
attitude too. It's kind of
That's
like
great.
We've been making it this way for 4 generations, and I don't care if you don't like it. Like, this is how we do it. We do it every year like this, and but anyway, now like so. Then we went to we were 100% agave. Then we went to no diffuser, and diffuser is kind of like a chemical process that they put on the agave. It's like a quick cooking method. It basically pulverizes and like really deteriorates the agave very quickly. But you get some off flavors with it. Some people say it's not the best for the environment. And now the new term is like additives, no additives. But that's even
is it all just marketing bullshit, or is it really indicative of what's happening in the product?
there's definitely additives being added to certain tequilas. Caramel coloring, just sugar.
What's one tequila that everybody loves and you're like, it's shit.
Clase Azul.
I was gonna say Jose Cuervo.
Azul,
I was gonna
really?
say Jose Cuervo. Huh.
Cuervo,
People don't swear by it though. It's like, I think people know it's not a great high-end tequila.
like Cuervo Especial,
Yeah.
that one, it was so popular, and I think that there was a time when it probably was really good. But then you got to meet demand, and I don't want to hate on anybody for trying to make a buck and trying to make a living, because Clase Azul, they're going for a flavor profile, so I'm not their market. It doesn't matter to me that they're putting a bunch of stuff in it. They're put that stuff into it to sweeten it, to make it like heavy on your mouth, so that when you taste it, they want that flavor that they think you want. They're going for a market that wants to spend extra money and to taste a tequila that's like
royalty, a little sweeter. Like that's
Yeah.
I feel like that's the same way with 1942. Like it's really good. It's you feel like you're classy when you're ordering it, but the true tequila lovers, I feel like it's not what if like as in depth as other tequilas because they're marketing to you. Same thing I've heard in other. I do that. I still order 1942, and I still order the other one that I'm just about to kind of shit on a little bit too. Casamigos. I heard that was like another one where it's like it's really popular. You feel good getting it. It's not the worst, but it's not the best to like true sommeliers or whatever you call them of tequila.
What's a tequila A? What do you call it?
That is.
So what are you?
There is a term. I can't think of it right now, but when I was first studying wine specifically, like a sommelier had to know everything. Now there's all these different like offshoots that Cicerone is the beer like sommelier, but when I was learning it, the sommelier had to know beer, spirits, wine, milk, everything. Like you get asked about milk, fat content in milks. Just anything you could drink, you were expected to know.
I didn't realize that. I thought it was just for wine. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a tequila sommelier.
Oh.
Sommelier. Sommelier. Sommelier.
Yeah. See, so to me, Casamigos is so vanilla forward.
Yeah.
That there are tequilas that get a little hint of that vanilla flavor in them. But I think once it gets to a certain level, to me, it's like there's something artificial that they did to get to there.
Yeah.
And I'm always in the camp of drink what you like. If you like it,
that's what I tell people. Like,
it
especially with
doesn't matter.
wine.
Yeah.
Because like people are like, oh, this wine this, well, this wine that. I'm like, well, do you like it? Like, who cares if it's $9 bottle? Do you like it? Or if it could be a $300 bottle? Like, if you don't like it, don't drink it. If you like it, drink it. Like, it just, like, I don't know. Wine in particular is very challenging for me because it's like. It's maybe even like a whiskey is like this too, where people talk a lot about flavor profiles and like they're really into it and they've got all they know where the region came from and they know all the grapes and all the elevations and I'm like, yeah, but I don't like it. Like I know it's good, but I don't like it, so I'm not gonna drink it. And I've got other ones I'm like, this is great. It's a good wine to me. I like it. Just drink it. Who gives a shit?
Beers like that big time for me because there are so many beers where I'm like, that's really interesting to taste, but I would never order that. Like, some sours, like, man, it's complex. Dude. It's really cool flavors, but one sip was enough. And I just want something cold, fizzy, and bubbly that that I can chug.
Keystone Light, baby.
Yeah, oh my goodness, dude. We went every year at Brewfest. I go there with some friends or whatever, and I try to keep a tab on what new beers I like, and after like 6 or 7, you kind of just like, oh fuck, all of them taste great. I like it all. I keep going.
They all taste great after 6 or 7.
There was
awesome.
a friend and I went to the Zoo Brew Fest here this last year. We went to the Zoo Brew Fest, and there was one. It was like pickle beer or something like that. It was pickle infused beer, and I was like, I gotta try it. Right? There's no way it's going to be that bad. There's no way they're going to actually put pickle juice in it. And then we both went up there and we took a sample and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh, right in front of them too. I felt so bad. I was like, oh my God, it tastes like pickle juice. They're like, yeah, look at the name. And I'm like, yeah, but you actually did it? Like you actually made it taste like pickle juice? Like that's disgusting.
Dude, have you seen like the helium infused beer?
Not yet.
That is something you and I got to try some night.
Dude, we should bring that.
Fun. Have you seen this?
No.
Okay, so that's helium infused beer. You drink it and your voice goes up like you just had like a helium balloon. I mean, tell me that's not a night, like a good night in the bag.
That sounds fucking
that
awesome.
Sounds incredible.
Yeah.
That'd be so much fun.
We should do that after this.
Yeah, let's absolutely do it. Okay, next time off the air, we'll take some videos of it. We'll post it. The 3 of us have to drink some helium beer together. You
That's
down?
what I should have brought. Yeah, I should have brought that.
Helium beer? We didn't know about until now, so
helium
good.
beer for sure. All right, this is gonna happen.
I like it. Okay, so I need to know before you leave though. If I don't want to drink Casamigos anymore because I don't want to be one of the people who are true tequila lovers are like typical. And I go to a bar. The difference between getting something you may recommend though is everyone pretty much has Casamigos. So what is something that everyone has that you think most people would have that I could get that's equivalent to Casamigos, but actually people may be like, damn, this guy might know what he's doing.
El Tesoro is one that I've seen a lot. That one is distributed by Southern, and everybody pretty much buys from them. Fortaleza had a moment where that was really highly regarded and sought after. It was hard to get, but it's more and more available. But that one for a while was like Pappy Van Winkle realm, where people are buying it online, and it was just getting
a lot of money.
Yeah, outrageous prices. G4 is one of my
I
favorites.
don't think I know G4.
That sounds cool. So if I go to a regular bar, and just say, "Can I have some G4?" They should have it.
G4 is another one that is a little harder to come by, but
El Tesoro is okay.
El Tesoro.
El Tesoro.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So this brand right here, Acre Largo, these are friends of mine.
Very cool.
Gray Largo.
Yeah, don't bury the lead. Tell us about your friends. You're wearing their shirt. He's like, oh yeah, by the way, these guys also do a great job.
Funny you asked that question.
These are two Portland guys, and their last name is Longacre. Acre Largo is Long Acre in Spanish.
Yeah,
and
nice.
They were in the shoe industry. They're still in the shoe industry. They have a shoe company called Oddball Shoes, and they were looking into some manufacturing or textile plant in Mexico, and they met this family, and they're like, hey, we make this tequila, and they taste it like, this is really good, can we buy some? We do a label. And yeah, so they're local guys, but have this really cool relationship with this family in Jalisco, and
That's awesome.
it is
I
very
love
good.
how things come together.
They
man.
make another, so that's another cool thing about tequila, the gnomes. It's
I
a
love gnomes.
4-digit number.
Not those gnomes. They can tell me gnomes made tequila. They're like back of the
He's like, yeah, why do you think they're always so happy?
Yeah, so there's like a 4-digit number, and it's the Norma Oficial Mexicana. They like certify a distillery, and so they give them a number. You can look at those, and it'll show you how many tequilas they produce, because most of the distilleries make more than one tequila, but they also make a brand called La Herencia de Mexicana at this place, and we've carried that at Conejo for a while, and it was delicious. So it was a really good sign when, I'm always nervous because I don't want to. I always want to support local people, but we're also particular about, we just don't have a lot of space in our back bar and our inventory. So it's like, I always, feel bad telling people there just isn't any room for your tequila, but luckily it was really good. And yeah, we become good friends now.
That's great.
So the chicken before the egg kind of theory, did you want to start Little Conejo because you wanted to open up a tequila place first? Or did you you fell in love with tacos and really good at tacos and you're like, shit, I could actually open up a tequila part on top of that? Which one came first, or what was the vision there?
It had a lot to do with Mark Wooten, who's our chef, my partner, and he and I worked at Noble Rot in Portland, another great spot that has just taught me so much. And I was the bar manager there for 6 years before we opened Conejo. And Mark was working at Nodoguro, which is a sushi, pretty high-end sushi place in Portland. And they would shut down for a season here and there, and he would come back to work at Noble Rot. And so he would always make something cool for me to eat. He was doing a farm project. I just thought he was like the coolest guy. So he said that tacos are my research project right now. And that was like after a shift, we were working and having drinks. And I just thought that was the weirdest thing to say. And
Why are you gaining so much weight?
I was like,
Well, tacos are my research program right now.
He's
It's
like,
great.
they're always so different from another. And he's like, what makes one so much better than the other? And, so we started going out to eat tacos, and there were a few places we went, and, they didn't serve beer or wine or anything. It was, a truck or like a little stand. And then we were drinking mezcal because I was studying wine, but I was also getting into agave spirits and studying mezcal. And I started looking at all these places in Mexico City, and like they were taco shops with a pretty wide selection of mezcal. And that was really it. I mean, it was like Conejo was just a place that Mark and I wanted to eat. It didn't exist before.
That's
Did it
a
start?
great
Did it
line.
start as a food truck?
No.
No, or how did you guys open this to because that's the original location, right?
Yep.
So how did that all happen? So you guys are working at the the restaurant you mentioned. He was coming there seasonally,
Yep.
and you guys went out, had some tacos. He said his research project, like, well, cool, that sounds fun, and then drink some more, and then you're like,
Yeah,
fuck.
we just kind of hit it off because we were like, he made really great food, and then I was like, I want to see your farm, because he was growing vegetables for Nodoguro, and he leased like a half an acre in Savi Island, and he was growing these really unique like flowers and radishes and stuff for Nodoguro. So I wanted to go see that, and then mezcal just kind of started to to get more popular, but to seek it out was tough. There weren't a lot of bars that had a lot of mezcal. So we were going to certain places, and it was like bars, like high-end bars. So it was like bar food, which was good. But there was just something really special when you were tasting, sipping mezcal with Mexican food. It just went better together. And that's kind of what we were like, man, if there's a taco truck on like 189th and Sandy called El Yucateco, excellent food. And we were like, if there was a bar here, like we would spend $500 here.
So then who asked first to start the business? Did you say it?
I asked him.
Did you hold his hand?
Because I grew up
Look at his eyes.
growing
Mark.
up in
Will you be my business partner?
growing up in Vancouver, I just always felt like, why does Portland have such a great food scene and we don't? So I knew it was going to happen, and I just felt like we wanted to get in there before it happened. And No Navo, the pizza place next to us, they went in there. That was really inspirational for us too, because I was like, this guy's taking a chance. This guy's wood-fired Neapolitan style pizza, fresh seasonal ingredients. Like, this is a risk, and that's what it sort of inspired us to be like, this is the time to take a risk here, because that location too, it just really spoke to us.
Did you ever tell the pizza guy that and he inspired you?
I feel like I did. Yeah, we're still good neighbors. We're still on good terms with each other.
Damn. So then you guys started the business, and here you are.
We sold my house. So
There we go.
Yeah, see, that's what I want to know.
let's
It's like,
get
did
into
you take
this
out a
shit.
loan? Did you like cash things out? Did you like what?
Like, how did it actually happen?
We sent out some different like requests for loans, and Kurt Huffman, the chef's table guy in Portland, we were talking to him for a while, and the landlord, the Schofields, are the guys that own that building that we're in Vancouver. They kind of were like, we got to know you guys can do this, because we were stalling, because we were like, I don't know how we're gonna pay for all this. And my wife Jana said, we should sell our house. We have the money in this house. I owned a house in Vancouver for 13 years before we did that. So I moved home after baseball. I really didn't know what I was going to do. So I moved back in with my stepdad, who's Mark Matthias. He's helped me so much too. And I just he had like kind of a separate room, and he and my mom had separated. And so we were just kind of like roommates, but I was saving money because he wasn't charging me rent. So I was just saving money to buy a house. And that was my goal. Like I tended bar at beaches, and just tried to save up money, bought a house. And then when we felt like that location was going to slip through our fingers, Jana was like, we should sell our house and do it. Cause there's something about that space that just felt right. Like we were going to regret it for the rest of our lives if we didn't move heaven and earth to get in there.
How old were you when all that part happened?
That was 2017. So I was 35.
Had you ever owned a business before that?
No.
Wow, what a jump. How did it feel to have such support from your wife in that moment?
Yeah.
It was huge. I wouldn't have done it. We had
Wow.
two young kids. They were in school right there. We sort of wanted to move out of Vancouver to Ridgefield, probably, is what we had talked about before. But I felt like we had a good thing going. We owned that house. Our kids were at Lincoln. Pretty good school. I
live right across from Lincoln.
had a good job at Noble Rot, but I also felt like I needed either to own my own place or get out of the industry. I felt like I was kind of at a crossroads, because I didn't want to be a general manager anywhere.
How did you know you didn't want to be a general manager? Like, how did you know, like, I think this is all or nothing for me in this industry?
Being a GM is a lot of work, and you can't fake it. Like, you have to act like you own the place, even though you don't own the place. And I didn't feel like I could do that.
The passion wasn't there. You could do that because you're doing a lot of work.
If I'm going to work that hard, I want it to be mine.
Yeah, you're working hard for yourself
Yeah.
and for your brand and for who you are. Yeah, that makes sense. Damn. So you guys took the leap of faith, opened up you sold your house,
Yeah.
moved back.
Got in there by the skin of our teeth and made it work. I mean, there were some bills we couldn't pay right away, but it was really good. We started with 6 employees. We have 30 now, 31, I think. And then 12 employees in Ridgefield. But then, COVID, I think that's a good thing to talk about too, is COVID was like almost like a slingshot for us. Like we grew a lot. It was
really
it was really difficult.
That's not what most restaurants say.
It was really difficult, and I think that I just you had to be in the right position, and you had to be ready to completely change your model. And I think that's what, if you were open operating for 10, 15 years before COVID, you probably couldn't pivot as fast.
But because you were so new, you were like, we have to make this work, and the sense of urgency was there, and yeah,
we were still like refining our systems and processes as it was. So, and I think that's something now, like I look at, like I'm always telling our managers, you have to look at your processes, your systems, and be ready to blow them up whenever you see an inefficiency or if something's frustrating you. It's your job to figure out what can we try different, what's not working, and then even if it doesn't work, at least you tried something. At least you didn't come in to the same frustration every single day, because that's when you get burnt out, I think. So
yeah, you guys were distributing tacos, doing the to-go orders and all that stuff during COVID, right?
Yeah,
I remember that.
What decisions did you make that you think propelled you guys to the slingshot?
First, getting all that funding, that government funding, that was. I remember after we were like takeout only or 25% occupancy, somewhere in there, and I was at my computer at the bar top, and it was like midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. It was midnight because it was like this portal's going to open up at midnight to get these SBA loans, and I did. I submitted it like 12:01, and it was the system was crashing. It was like the same thing everybody talks about. It's like systems crashing. So I kept trying it. I had all my documents I needed and everything, but then we got it, and it was just like we could hire everybody back. We weren't worried about making payroll for people, and that's really the big thing I think that I didn't understand before we opened. It's like when you have people's paycheck and livelihood on when your signature's on that check, it's so much different, and you can't understand it until you're doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's being responsible for other people is definitely the one of the hardest things too, and it keeps you going. It's like, fuck, dude. Nathan and I have done it plenty of times too, where we've not taken checks and we've scaled back our checks just to be able to pay for employees to make sure that they're happy, they're being taken care of. So I mean, that's badass.
Yeah, I think that's something that's pretty common in restaurants, especially. You don't get paid till everything else gets paid. So
was it the SBA loan or the PPP loans or whatever?
We got both. Idle. It was an Idle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was on
that one, and we got the PPP.
Yeah. Forgiven. It's great.
Well, and we're still paying the Idle.
Right.
The PPP we got forgiven because we used it all. I mean,
yeah.
We gave people raises. We kept health insurance for people.
Damn.
It seemed risky at the time, but it was also like, I think that's just kind of a tenet I've always had, is like you have to tell people the truth, take care of them, pay your bills. Like if somebody does a service for you, you got to pay them. And
those people with you still? The people that went through COVID with you, or some of them?
A few of them are. Yeah.
Which is amazing. I mean, people don't typically are employed by restaurants for like 10 years typically. Like that's not like a normal tenure. It seems like 2-3 years seems to be about the max.
Yeah. We've had some people go on and start their own businesses too,
cool.
Which is really cool too. That's really rewarding for us too.
I like that you said that. You don't sense any negative feelings towards them leaving and doing something else?
That's the dream. I feel like, that's what I did. If you feel like you can prepare somebody to take that leap for themselves, I think that's the most rewarding thing you can do.
Yeah, I agree.
That's great.
So then you got things are going well now. Seems like what's the next after COVID? What was the next struggle you saw that you were like, holy shit, I didn't know that was going to be a problem?
Well, 24 was kind of interesting. I think that going from 2020, obviously don't grow a whole lot in 2020. 21, we grew because we got more seating capacity. 22, we really grew because everybody had free money. 23, everybody's kind of spending that money still, like they still had it. And then 24, a lot of that stuff went away. So I think 2024 was just really, it was like kind of a wake-up call to some businesses, I think, of like, it's back to normal or maybe different than you ever thought it was going to be now, for sure. So I think people value their dollar more today than they have, pre-COVID seems so far away, and like I can't even really wrap my mind around what that was. So I don't try to say I understand that completely. Mm-hmm. But like
it's the new BC.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to say
people
value their dollar more than they did pre-COVID.
Yeah.
But I think maybe that they do. I don't know. But I know that during COVID, everybody was getting a lot of money, and people were spending money supporting local, kind of reaching out to their neighbors and helping everybody out. And I think that's still happening. But I just think people are more like, they want to see value when they go out to eat or when they hire somebody for a service or anything.
No, you're right though. I remember, even though COVID really tore a lot of people apart to some extent, and financially stuff, but at the same time, I do remember everyone was trying to support local. I mean, during that time, my ex and I were trying to go to every local brewery we can just to fill up our growlers, and or go to we went to different restaurants every single night trying to just support whatever we could. So I do remember that. It felt good to help out because the owners were all working there too. Typically, sometimes the owners, you don't see them, right? They're out golfing or something. But
is that a shot? Is that a shot at me?
That's it.
I think it's a buckshot.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he's spreading a wide net right now, but it's definitely going towards you and me.
So, but it was really.
I don't have a problem.
Yeah, it was so cool to see, like, because all the owners were working, right? So when you went in to support those local businesses, they were there, they're front and center, back in the grind and stuff, and it was cool to meet them all. And just see that and know you're supporting them and the families and all that. So it was really cool. I like that aspect of COVID, I guess, if you look at the silver lining.
Do you think you still do it?
Yep.
In the same way that you did during then?
I do to some extent. I do have my favorite places now. Before I was trying to spread the level of more and trying different areas. But, truth be told, I'm a creature of habit. I'm the guy who goes to your restaurant and I'll look at the menu and I know exactly what I'm ordering. I don't know why I'm looking at the menu. I'm at the Al Pastor, right? And I want the fish taco, and I want my salsa and guac.
Yeah, I think there was more grace during COVID of like, if you had a bad experience, you didn't feel like you had to give them a review or tell anybody about it. It was just like, oh, it's COVID. Like it's tough. Like they're short staffed or, the supply chain or, it just seemed like. And now I think those are gone, so that's what I think what's fed a lot of like people just value their dollar and yeah.
Well, I do have a question, seeing as how you own the place. I'm gonna pull up my notes here, so I screwed up. Okay, what's a taco flavor you've secretly wanted to try, but you haven't had the guts to put it on the menu yet?
So Chef and I were in Mexico City, and we had an ojo taco, which is an eye, and it's like a braised eyeball
Of what animal?
cow.
Yeah, I'm okay.
So you got the tongue and the ojos, the lengua and the ojos. And what was it like?
It was kind of like an oyster. It was like a meaty oyster.
I was getting hungry until this point. I was all this taco talk. I'm secretly thinking to myself, I'm gonna crush some food when we get out of here, and now I'm good.
We've done tripa. That's the intestine.
Yep.
Did you put it on the menu? Mm-hmm.
And
people know about it?
I mean, it wasn't a permanent menu item.
Clearly. I haven't seen
that's
it.
a risk.
Did you let people know about it?
Yeah.
And how did it go?
People, I mean, there's few people that ordered it, but
Yeah.
it just doesn't move that much.
Yeah. then you just end up with like a bucket of intestines. Like what? Like
That's what I was thinking too.
Like,
Yeah.
is it turn into fish bait? Like what do you do? You're like,
think-
how do you think we get the fish tacos?
I think they're delicious. They taste like chicken skin to me, but they look like calamari because it's kind of like chopped up.
Wow.
But it is just
That makes me squirm a little bit.
Yeah, the eyeball taco. Yeah.
Eyeball taco. I mean, you could do it for Halloween.
yeah,
You know, an October special.
yeah. We did.
The
That's
Ojo
what we
taco.
did. Tripa and blood sausage for Halloween, and we always do that scorpion.
I've never been
With
a big
real
fan of
blood.
sausages. Like I don't know, it's just not. It's got a strange flavor to me. I think I've never tried the lengua taco, mostly because I've had, and I've had 2 or 3, and maybe I just need to give yours a shot. But it's just like, I don't know, man. It's just not. It's not there for me.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. Just it wasn't the. I guess
Did
to
you
me,
have it?
I did. Yeah, I like to try new things like that too. Right, like when I went down to Peru and stuff, I'd have like guinea pig and I'd have like the chicken feet and all that kind of stuff and chicken hearts and stuff. But it was I tried it. It just wasn't something I'm like, wow, I cannot wait to come back and have it again. It was more of like it was pretty good.
What's guinea pig like?
Guinea pig's just a little tough. It's just like tough meat, and it looks really weird because you see them on like the rotisseries, so the little buck teeth are sitting there. And they're just like, and then it's just kind of tough meat. It's like you're not gonna get like a big, like a chewy piece. It's just a little tough. And it's alpaca. I have alpaca and llamas and what else we eat down there? I think that was pretty much it. And then I've had crocodile before, and the bug candies, like the scorpion candies and stuff. I've had those and crickets and. No, I like trying new things.
Me too.
So it's I'm the fact that you had the eye taco, I'd probably have that too.
I'll eat anything. I love like challenging what food is and what what I can eat, what I have eaten. I like trying.
Bro,
to
where's the YouTube
something
series?
Really spicy.
Yeah, you should be doing a YouTube
Yeah,
series when
man,
you guys
should
go
do
to
a
Mexico
YouTube series
and
about,
start.
like,
Yeah,
dude, 100%. People would watch you eat an eyeball taco all day long. That's something that people would definitely. I would watch it. I wouldn't eat it, but I would watch it. I might actually. I don't know.
Stretch there where we were doing mezcal videos. We would talk about different mezcal brands we carry and just kind of a little background on them.
Yeah.
that doesn't compare to the eyes.
Yeah, that's not.
I mean, like,
that's not a.
there's
texture
a lot of people. A lot of people do that.
Extra. 2 guys drink alcohol. Or
Yeah.
extra. This guy ate a fucking eye taco. I mean, which one do you think is gonna sell?
Yeah.
I mean, my God, that's a great one.
And I'm guessing the eyes are all cut up and shit too. It's not like one eyeball staring at you. Like,
It's
yeah,
just like,
it's like a
the
cow.
marbles.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking in my head. I'm like two giant cow eyeballs
it's
while
like-
I'm about to take a bite of a taco. Like,
It looks like a boba tea.
yeah,
It was pretty solid, but it like fell apart, because it's like just sitting. It's like braising, so it's like an oyster.
yeah. I do like oysters, so you have
It's
me
like
there.
bone marrow and oyster. That's
I like both those, so
I
maybe
had
I'll try
bone
it.
marrow the other day. Actually, a Peruvian place in Portland. but
In
then-
Dynes?
No, but
That's another one?
I didn't. It was good, but I don't know that I'd get it again. But it was cool. But oysters, that's a no go for me.
I love oysters.
Yeah.
You and I can go food tasting after
Dude,
you guys go golfing.
I've tried to like shoot a couple of them, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't do it.
It's so
It's
good.
disgusting.
Except they're in like a crisis now. I feel like right with oysters, you gotta be careful where you get those now. Like, I don't get oysters unless I'm right next to the sea.
Yeah, you don't want to get them in
I'm
Milwaukee.
usually like that with
Wisconsin.
seafood.
Yeah.
I'm usually like that with seafood. Like I
If you're
don't,
more than a 2-day drive, it's
don't need my seafood. Yeah, hanging out in a refrigeration truck too long.
no, dude. I'm not like. Listen, it's not happening. It's not happening. No. Yeah, if you want to get seafood, you got to be near the ocean.
When we go to
Or at least a
Neatsart-
river.
we go to Neatsart some summers and like I'll eat a dozen oysters just right out of the. They give you a bag of ice and they're just sitting in ice. Crack them right there. They have lemons you can buy too. But it's just what's it called? Navore Shellfish Farm.
I'm more than
One
happy
of
to
my-
let you
one of
enjoy
my
all
coolest-
of them.
It's one of my
Yeah.
favorite dining experiences I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah, because you're just right by the bay where they're getting them, and they'll sell you a shucker. They'll sell you the.
That's the freaking
lemon.
best, dude. That
That's
is the
so
best.
cool.
That's why Italy is one of my favorite places to go to, is because you can just you can walk out and you see the fishermen bringing in all the fish right first thing in the morning, and later in the afternoon, or in Peru you can just go to the farmers market or whatever, and everyone's bringing in fresh food just from where they're at, and that is top notch stuff. I do have another question though on relating to tacos. So, you said you went on this journey and your main support system was your wife, right? At the moment. And then you had obviously your family who let you, move back in and that kind of stuff. And you sold the house and you had a business partner. What other influential people did you listen to or did you have in your circle that really helped you push? And I'll save part 2 for after you answer that.
Yeah. When I was younger, my grandpa growing up was always a big part of, I think, just like hard work, tell the truth. Good things will happen to good people. You know, you got to do the right thing. Be willing to change your mind if you get new information or something changes. And then my mom always on my, you know, in your corner on your, you know, you never have another mom. Like, so, you know, and my wife's great, but I can do wrong in her eyes with my mom. So that
It's like,
Dude, for like,
you
for
say
like the
that,
first
not
2
my boy.
years of our business, my mom liked every single post.
Mama Gans.
Mama Gans was.
Yeah.
We would have one like it's
Yeah.
my mom.
Yeah.
Like that's how we started too. My mom was on every single thing that we had. She liked
Yeah.
every post.
Yeah, you can do no wrong. Just like, it's my boy.
And my grandpa, my dad, my uncle, all those guys, they have helped me a lot. But you know, they'll tell me when I screw up, and they'll tell me if that was the wrong move or something. Whereas, you know, your mom and my grandma too, her mom, same thing. It was just like, just nobody will ever support you like that. And that, like, I think I took that for granted when that was going on, but now it's just like, it's the real world, you know? And then Mark Matthias at Beaches, huge help for me. Stepdad, also boss, taught me so much about working for family, why that's good or bad, and if it's even sustainable. Actually, he brought in a GM that sort of showed me that I needed to get out of Beaches and do something different. Beaches and I felt like we're going in two different directions, and I was really wanting to work at a place like more like Noble Rot that I went to go work at, and so that was a really good move for me there. And then people at Noble Rot too, Courtney and Kimberly, they're the two like wine geniuses there that do a lot of the wine lists. And then Leather was the chef there, and he's like just a rock star. Like he's just got.
Did you say Leather?
Yeah, his name's Leather Stores.
Like his real name's Leather, is his nickname
His real name.
Leather. I feel like you were destined to wear a lot of leather if you had that name.
He
You're
just has
destined
that
to not be normal.
Yeah, so that's pretty.
You got no chance at normalcy whatsoever.
super talented
it's like naming
chef
a kid Hiccup.
and like a rock star. Just a really cool dude. Yeah, just a lot of people. I think you always have to be open to seeing the strengths of somebody else and like what you can learn from them, how they can help you, how you can help them, because that stuff always kind of comes back to you.
Okay, so now excluding all those people that you just could think of on the top of your head. Okay, that's why I wanted to get out of there and to also hear that side. Now they're all gone, not in a bad way, just not in your head right now. If you could serve tacos to any three people, they're your tacos. You're getting to sit down and have a meal. Any three people, living, dead, or fictional, who would they be, and what taco would you give them?
Oh man,
You can take your time. We have music.
Give me 1 second.
Three people, living, fictional, or dead. And the hard part is, which taco would you give them? And you're sitting down having lunch and talking.
Well, I think my mom would be one of them.
Okay.
She passed away before we opened Conejo, so she's never tasted it, but she actually went to school at the School of Beauty, which was in that space beforehand.
No way.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, you got Mama Juju in there. That's
That's,
great.
yeah, that's cool.
That's cool as shit.
And she, when I worked in Portland, everywhere, she would come to the bars I worked at and say hi, and like she'd always be like, "You make the best lemon drop," and then my grandma too. She passed away before my mom, so they never really saw that place. So I think that would be really cool, and I would definitely give fish tacos to both of them, because I think that's like the perfect like sweet spot for them. It's not too spicy, but it's interesting enough for them to not feel like we had to dumb it down for them or anything. And then I don't know why I keep thinking of this guy, but Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt, kind of like outdoorsy explorer guy. Like I think he was fascinated with Mexico, and I just think that would be a really cool thing to see, something like that going on.
And bro, to get Teddy Roosevelt
In
drunk and
in
talking would
America.
be awesome. Like the stories, bro.
Yeah, I think he'd be kind of a fun guy.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
to
yeah,
hang out and party with.
him like chopping it up with your mom and grandma eating tacos would be hilarious,
Yeah.
dude. That'd be great.
What taco are you giving him?
I think I'd probably go El Pastor for.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. I just said it. Damn it.
I was gonna say ojo. Give him the eye tacos, man.
No, El Pastor is what I was thinking too, dude. That's my favorite one. Good shit.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, that'd be a fun four top to hang out with.
So you started this business with your buddy, and then everything has just been smooth sailing and great, and now you're here and you're wildly successful, right?
You know,
Yeah.
I think people have definitely had it a lot tougher than me.
Sure.
So but it's kind of just the running theme of everything. Like I think you just got to work hard and trust that doing the right thing is going to pay off in the long run, even if it makes it this hour a little harder now, or you're gonna have a hard week. But kind of like always look out for the light at the end of the tunnel. And I think if you detour off of those like simple principles, it just won't work out long term for you.
Now, are you thinking about franchising this thing out and growing even more, taking over the world, going to the East Coast? What are you thinking? What's next?
I need George Clooney to come buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll give him a call.
Yeah,
Yeah. Let me just hit him up real quick.
come buy it, and then he can franchise it.
I'll send him a tweet.
We just started a catering business called Wild Hair. Because we
Favorite
had
thing for Mike to find in his food.
Sick. That's my one biggest pet
Michael
peeve.
will vomit if he finds
if
a
I
hair.
have hair in the food,
He
dude,
will
it's a-
vomit.
HARE, guys.
Yeah,
Hair.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We understand.
Oh, okay.
But the fact that he doesn't think you got it.
We had
He's like, actually, has nothing to do with that.
because we wanted to be able to
It's play on
cater
words.
from Bunnies. We wanted to be able to do some
Like a Conejo.
Yeah, so like, or if somebody wants something totally different than what we're doing at either restaurant, we just want to be able to like sort of have a unique catering angle that we could do, meat and cheese and a fruit thing for a wedding. So we have a couple weddings booked already.
Oh, yeah. But no more Little Conejos, huh? You don't think you're going to open up anymore? Go to the East Coast?
I think we could. It's just, it's about finding the right people. And I think that's something, as I've gotten older, is now like I just value my time, and especially my kids' time. I just can't believe I'm going to have, my wife and I are going to be empty nesters here in 3.5, 4 years.
Such a weird feeling.
I mean, I guess if they don't move out, that's something we could think about. But
Hey,
I know
more revenue for the household. It's called
Yeah.
rent.
charge them rent.
Yeah, have them work
Welcome
there.
to a utility bill.
Yeah. No, but I want to be, my boys, they both have baseball games today. I want to be able to go to those things. And I think 2 years ago, I made kind of a decision of like, I need to do stuff for myself more. I need to do stuff with my wife more. I need to be my kids' stuff for them. And there was a time when I was coaching baseball, both of them. So it was easy to be there, but that relationship's different when you're coaching. You guys probably know that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the same
I don't want to coach my kids.
being a coach and a dad at the same time.
Yeah.
It's tough to do them both at the same time. Most of the time you're one or the other, and
Yeah.
what comes with that's complicated.
Yeah, I would say it's very, would be very difficult to do, because I liked your stance of your first coach saying how hard he was on you, because it's another authoritarian figure for my son to listen to, and like I can stand behind the coach and be like, hey, like you listen to him, you respect him, he's your coach, like you ain't coming to me for whiny shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love talking through of like, well, what did he say? Oh, well, that's you should hustle. Like, and then
Yeah, what
seeing
are we disagreeing
the
with
kids'
here?
wheels turning. Yeah, seeing the kids'
Yeah.
wheels turning of like, but then other times it's like, we've had another coach where I was like, I don't think he should have said that, but I think he probably meant well. He said it in a different way than I would have said it, but I think his message underneath all that was probably good. So I think just talking through those things are good too. But that's like, I don't want to be their first boss either.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That's
I
good.
always get asked like, "Did your kids work for you?" And it's like, no, I've always wanted them to go work somewhere else. And if they want to work in a restaurant, I can help them get a restaurant job.
Yeah, you know a couple people.
Right.
You can make a couple calls.
Yeah, so I want to help them do that if that's what they want to do, but I also want them to go to college and just have an easier road. I don't think you have to go to college to be successful, but I think it's going to be easier once you're out of college to be successful.
So none of them have voiced interest in wanting to own the shop yet, or wanting to like come work there.
My oldest, he's talked about doing it, but he plays baseball and he really can't work nights, and it's just tough having the how busy these kids are nowadays. You know, and then that's a great example. Like, I don't want to be like, hey, I need your availability this week so I can put you on the schedule. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. You're like looking at the family calendar.
Yeah.
Trying to figure it out.
Yeah, you need to work that. It's like kind of the double-edged sword of like still being, I bartended Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night in Ridgefield. And there's a time, hopefully one day, when I say I can't do that anymore because I'm too slow, or like not that I
wheelchair
hope that.
access.
Yeah.
Not that I hope that, but it's just like it's different when you work in the industry that you're in like that, because some owners or bosses, like, they physically cannot complete the task of their employee, so they're like that. That I'm not working that shift. I can't cover you, and that's just like a different.
Yeah. We're in that spot. It's a little bit different because we don't do the accounting. Like, I don't know how to actually file taxes. Like, I've seen the software, but like, I'm not licensed to file taxes. It's like, I can't do this job for you. You have to do it.
Yeah. So I think your employee has a different mindset.
It's different
when they tell you,
yeah,
I can't work, or I'm not going to be this day, or
yeah, they really mean it.
Yeah.
They really, because they know that if they don't do
say,
it, it's not going to get done.
Yeah, you can say, yeah, it's not going to get done if you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Then we have a different job, which is called customer service.
It's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Is it?
No, not. It's his.
Yeah, I deal with most of that stuff.
Yeah, I'm not great at customer service in general. I business wise, I don't have a lot of empathy. I think I have a lot of empathy relationally and individually, but for some reason, like, there's a little bit of a gap there for me when it comes to like the business conversation versus like the personal conversation. Even though I know it's a person, like, I know that, like, I'm aware of that, and I'm not harsh, but I don't have a whole lot of tolerance for he said, she said, and complaining. If there's a problem and I can help you, I'm 100% on board. But Mike's really good at just like letting people express themselves and letting them be angry. And as much as I would like to be, I'm not great at that. 100% honest. Just not great at that.
Yeah. That's okay. That's why we're together.
Where'd your brain just go?
Yin and yang.
Your brain went to a thinking place, and I want to know what happened.
I just think it gets harder as you get older.
Which part?
Dealing with the general public,
just trivial stuff sometimes.
as opposed to like your staff.
Oh yeah.
Like I have to deal with my staff, and it's a really easy thing to be like black and white. Here's the standards. Here's our rules. Here's this is how we do this. But with the general public, it's so different. It's so nuanced, person to person, or you don't know what's happened in their day, and
yeah, you don't know where they just came from, what phone call they just had, nothing.
Yeah.
And honestly, Mike is great at it. Like it's it's tongue in cheek. It's neither one of our favorite things at all, but Mike's really good at it. He's a great diffuser. He makes people feel very comfortable and confident in us and things like that. And he's just got a great skill set for it. And sometimes it's better if he talks to them.
Well, but I bet there's some guys. I bet there's some people that would rather deal with Nathan.
We had that.
Vice versa.
We had that just this morning. We had a client, a new client, had some concerns about something, and he specifically requested that he talk to me. And Mike and I were both on the phone, but that's the way it is. Like, and then there's people who are just like, they don't want anything to do with me. Like they want to talk to Mike. Like we don't care. We just do it together.
I rub people. There's certain people I just rub the wrong way.
Yeah,
And
it's just what it is
as I've
sometimes.
gotten older, I've realized that. Whereas when I was younger, I was like,
Everybody likes me.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't everybody like?
I'm the taco guy.
Yeah, exactly. How do you not like me? I'm giving you tequila and tacos.
Yeah.
But like we have a phrase around here where we say people are allowed to be upset. Like that's okay. Like just because like they're allowed to be. They don't have like it doesn't have to mean anything about us, or they might not even be mad directly at us. We can't internalize and personalize it because of all the things you said. Like we have no idea what else is going on in their life. It's like, yeah, they yelled at you on the phone, and then you just found out that like maybe something really bad happened to their family, or they got a really bad diagnosis or something. Like, oh, well, that actually kind of makes sense. You know,
Yeah.
you have a little bit different grace for that situation,
Right.
But you didn't know that going into it. You know, you just have no
yeah,
idea.
I think that takes some time to realize, a little more
Yeah,
awareness.
like it's okay. Like the guy this morning, he wasn't upset, but he was firm on something. And Mike called me after. He's like, I'm glad you handled that one, because he's like, I probably would have not handled that very well. So like, I have a different grace and patience for certain types of people and situations, and Mike has a certain grace and patience for a different type of situation.
It's
And
emotional versus analytical is really what it is. This guy's a very
this
analytical
guy was very
guy.
analytical, and he needed like specific answers on legal stuff, like legal language. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm the guy, even though I don't know anything.
Yeah,
But
there's no compassion there. It's not like it's like it's all going to be okay. He wanted to know like, no, where in here is making
Like,
it.
what does this mean
Yeah,
exactly?
right,
Where if
right,
he
yeah.
was just like, I don't feel good about this, Mike would have been able to
Yeah.
smooth it over easily. But he's like, no, I need the exact answer. So we had to give him an exact answer. And part of the answer was, that's how it is. Like, you just needed somebody to confidently say, this is how, this is what it says.
Yeah.
And this is what it means. And
Yeah.
then not give it in like
And I appreciate that. Like, that's what
How it is.
I can't stand when I feel like someone's not telling me the whole story or kind of beating around the bush. I'm just like, just let me
Get
have
to it.
Just
Yeah.
don't sugarcoat it. Just let me have it so we can figure out a
Yep.
plan and move on
Yeah.
and figure out how to fix it if it's a real issue. But don't tell me half the story because you think I'm going to be upset. Like,
Yeah.
So with you have a business partner. What do you think for you are some of the pros and cons of having a business partner?
I think it's definitely more pros than cons. There's sometimes when you just need to like vent to someone that you feel like knows what you're venting about or is on the same page. Like
We've never.
I was gonna say, I feel like we should be holding hands while he's saying this.
Go ahead. Yes,
Yeah.
counselor.
yeah,
I love how I just grabbed your finger like
Well,
a child.
my hands, yeah, my bad. I was gonna give you the whole hand, but I was like, are we really doing this?
I mean, I guess we did.
yeah. And then for Mark, I couldn't make a menu and figure out how to scale salsas the way that we do, and he couldn't stock a bar and create cocktail recipes. And I think just the restaurant industry it's a weird industry. It is so bizarre, and like trying to put your finger on what the success is or the right mixes is just like impossible. I mean, I still feel like we're just so lucky.
So pros are you bring different skill sets to the table and stuff that obviously you need for your vision to come together, was the food and the bar to be together in this excellent way, and neither one of you could do that separately.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a pro for sure.
Just expertise, just a varied expertise, I think, is really important in any industry. Because just like we were talking about when dealing with people, like people aren't the same, and sometimes they would rather deal with this person, and sometimes they want to deal with somebody else, and then, we don't really clock in. Mark and I have a really good relationship of like, we just kind of trust that we're getting stuff done. So it's not like he has to work so many hours or I have to work so many hours, but if something breaks, one of us is going to fix it.
Do you guys have like pretty clearly defined roles, or how do you figure out who's going to fix it?
He's pretty handy in a lot of ways. I'm handy in some other ways. Usually it's just,
I mean, you're handy with the 7-iron. I know that.
if it
but-
depends.
Yeah.
I know, I do love that 7-iron.
Yeah, you do.
It like plumbing stuff. Mark's dad was a contractor, and he's really good at stuff like that. And I don't know. It depends what it is, and that's same thing about restaurants. Like it's just they're so varied in what can go wrong or what, and then you still have all the paperwork and P&L and trying to hit budgets and getting people off the clock and, all that stuff is just, they're so varied day to day on what needs to happen or what makes one tick for the other, which is why, like, I say that all the time. Like every restaurant, if you have a restaurant that's successful, there is something unique going on there that's not like another restaurant. So you can't take the P&L or labor percentages from this one and just put it on this one.
Yeah,
and
it's
say,
not cookie cutter like that. It's not templated.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what are the cons?
I think, it's just like that. Like sometimes I want him to do something that doesn't get done, but I think it's mostly our own ego. I mean, my own ego trying to like watch his clock or what he's doing. I don't know. I don't want to look at it like there's a con, because I just think that's negative for my own.
Fair enough.
My own attitude.
Mike and I think we think there's some cons of working together, but I agree that most of it's pros.
Yeah.
But like for us, the cons are you don't get to do exactly what you want. Like you might have a specific vision, and you don't get to do that all the time.
Yeah.
Like you have a filter system with which you have to make decisions. Financially, I can't just spend money on whatever I want to spend money on. He can't just spend money on whatever he wants to spend money on. That's
Which is
a pro and a
lame.
con, right?
Yeah.
It's nice to have that
Yeah.
we're both accountable to one another, but at the same time, sometimes it's frustrating because you can't go as fast as you want, or make the decision as quickly, or have the exact vision that you want. But
As I've gotten older,
it's challenging.
I think I need that. Like I'm not. I sometimes will make a snap decision that's not correct. So I think it's good.
Well, I see it as a pro and a con, like two
Right?
sides of the same coin.
Yeah,
but
me
like,
too.
there's sometimes where you might lose out on an opportunity or a thought or a marketing idea or something that you're going to do. Or also the idea for us, like too, like one of the cons we would have is like sometimes we disagree about how to handle a situation with a client, or like what are we going to do in this environment, and like Mike and I, or strategy or policy or procedures. It's
Are
like,
you guys 50-50?
No, we're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good too. I think because
somebody has to make the end decision. That's me.
Yeah.
So like at the end of the day, and talking about getting your ego out of it, nobody's done it better than Mike. Nobody. I mean, the foolish trust this man has in me is just it's crazy. But I think we've just proven it to each other over the years of working together
Right.
that we're trustworthy. Like
Yeah.
same thing. Like I don't have a clue where he is or spends his time most of the time. I just know that sales are coming in. Like
yeah.
he doesn't know that, like, he doesn't have a clue what the payroll was this month, but he knows everybody got paid. Like
Yeah.
he got paid, I got paid. I'm the one who made sure that all happened, right? Like
Right.
he doesn't think about it. He just knows that it got happened. He's like, oh, cool, my check got deposited. Like doesn't know that I did, like I had anything to do with that.
Yeah.
So it's like we just have we have pretty clear lanes that's pretty unique for business owners. Like I operate the business and Mike sells the business. And so like we're pretty distinct in our roles at this point because
Did that happen naturally, or
Yeah.
is that something you guys?
Yeah, that's what happened in the very
Naturally.
beginning. Because when he first hired me, he was my manager, right? And when we first started in the financial services industry, he was my manager, so I was basically an employee for him. And my job was basically, I was really good at getting clients and bringing people to the table, and then he was really good at explaining everything behind the scenes and the operations of how these things worked. And I was just continuing to learn and learn and learn, and it was just became like a natural partnership. And then I was like, oh, I like this. I'm really good at bringing people to the table, and he's really good at, closing the deal by explaining what's going on. And I don't have to worry about that shit. So then when my ego did get in the way, and I was like, all right, I'm tired of splitting this shit with him. I'm the one who's bringing the
back
fucking
when we were
food
at
to
the financial firm, we're like
Yeah.
splitting cases and stuff.
So I'm bringing all these people to the table, and he's getting, 50% of all this shit. I'm the one who's bringing in the food. So I was like, all right, I think I don't need you anymore. I learned all the shit you taught. Like, get out of here. And I can close shit.
3 months later, he's like, hello.
Yeah, he's like, hey, remember that one time I didn't need you? Kind of need you now. My bills are catching up to me. So
Yeah, that's
I'm
beautiful though. I think that's
Yeah.
that's like that self-awareness and that like realizing like you have weaknesses. It makes you so much more powerful and so much more ready to succeed. It just
Well said.
I think that's like another thing that just takes a while to understand, and your own ego. Like,
dude, it's
Chef
horrible.
and I talk about ego a lot, and just how like it usually is not your friend. Usually, even
I think I said in a
even if,
podcast a
like-
couple times ago. Yesterday, I was like, I say wisdom and ego are terrible friends. Like they don't work well together.
well,
like
your ego disguises itself as your best friend.
but
Yeah,
produces.
even though maybe it's got some kind of like nefarious end goal.
Yeah.
It knows how to get to you to make you think, yeah, I am great.
Yeah. I got humbled real quick with that one. And I was like, fuck this.
I do bring a lot to the table, and I do. Yeah, I should get this, and I should. Like
It's so much more fun though to value that in somebody else. Like I could do a whole podcast on the things. Don't look at me. I could do a whole podcast on the things that I appreciate about Mike that he does better than me, that I value, that I respect. That I'm like, dude, if I didn't have you doing that, like, there's just no way. And he could do probably something similar. Probably only be like 10 minutes though.
I was gonna say 30 minutes, but I could do it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's because my ADHD kicks in. I'm like, what am I doing again?
He's like, so Nathan's really good at what were we talking about?
It'd be great.
But I think like that's one of the things that like we talk about this a lot. Like in the growth journey, we felt the same the first one you said. It's like it's so nice to have somebody you can talk to, because you could talk to your spouse, but they really don't. They love you and they care about you and they're coming from a great place, but they don't understand maybe who all the personalities are that you're working with, or like what the specific issues are, maybe in a financial situation, or they might not understand the nuance, like you were saying, of the situation. Whereas we're in the trenches. Yeah. Like we understand the nuance, and it's a safe person to talk to.
I also want to keep my home separate from my workplace.
Yeah.
And that is like, I never wanted to be the guy coming home complaining about their job. I was always like,
especially it's the job you created. That's so funny when entrepreneurs are like, I hate like this business. I was like, this is all your fault. You've made all of the decisions.
That's just going back to what we were saying about managers and talking about like, don't complain about the same thing over and over again. You need to change it.
Do something.
Yeah. And if what you try to do fails, at least you tried something.
Yeah.
You're going to feel better going home doing that, being like, oh, well, that didn't work. What can we try next? And let's just keep trying it, because we can fix it. I promise we can fix anything.
Yeah.
But if we keep running into the same frustration day after day, that's our fault. That's
on us.
Yeah, that's insanity.
We just did that. We spent like 3 months trying to help our team with a better system. And then after getting it done, after 3 months and all the hard work we put into it, they're like, yeah, this system sucks. I'm like,
and we just canceled it.
Yeah, we canceled it. We're like, fuck.
And we spent thousands of dollars
trying to
create the system and implement a system that we thought would be better. And the idea was there, but it didn't work. And like we literally just apologized and said, hey, this didn't work. We're going to go back to the old system. And actually everybody was relieved. But it was like, I don't view it as like egg on your face. I will tell people in our we have a standing staff meeting every Wednesday morning, actually. And I just told everyone, I was like, hey, this is part of being a part of a young, growing company. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to try things. And I appreciate your effort. Thank you very much.
But it was funny.
But it didn't work.
It was funny when one employee said, we're like, so how's the new system? And no one said shit. And then one person's like, I'm just not a big fan of it. And then everyone else is like,
no,
hey, I'm not a big fan of it.
Not only did they say they're not a big fan of it, they were all using the old system in the background to actually like follow it. Even though we were getting this report, they were still all doing the old one so they could see what was going on. Because the point was to provide more clarity and more like reporting into like our workflows and processes, and it just didn't work. So we're like, oh, sorry guys, like that didn't work. We'll go back to it.
That employee that spoke up,
are
they? What kind of employee are they? Do you think
a good one?
They're great.
The best. No, it was a team lead, wasn't it?
You have to, and that's what I'm always like. You have to. The people that speak up like that are so valuable, because too many people will just like.
Dude, well, especially for us, it's in a remote situation.
They say it behind everyone's back or your back,
that's even worse.
And then they cause, infighting and toxic conversations day after day, and it's like we got to fix. Let's just put it on the table.
All right, let me ask you a couple final questions. We'll kind of wrap this thing up, though.
In other words, we could talk for another whole episode.
I know. I feel like we really could. So you've been 7.5 years with Little Conejo, 2.5 years on the Bunny Pizza, right? Mm-hmm. And then the new catering business is just how long?
It's just this year.
This year. Okay, so less than a year. Okay.
February.
So in the last 7.5 years of entrepreneurship, what would you say are like the major life lessons that you've learned that might be encouraging for somebody who's just starting out?
I always related it a lot to being a parent. It's just like we were talking about with names on your name is on the check. You can hear all of this stuff about time goes really fast, and teenagers are hard, and same thing with business. You'll hear all this advice about stuff, and you'll never know it until you're in it, what it means and what they mean by the advice, and you'll look back and be like, oh, that's what they meant. But that doesn't mean you're dumb or you didn't listen to them. It's just so much more real when it's yours and it's happening to you. So I think everybody's figuring it out as they go. So if something's powerful, write it down, think about it, write it down again, write it down a different way, and use it to go on, because everybody's making mistakes, but the people that continue to succeed are the ones that are learning from their mistakes, improving their system or process, and continuing to move forward.
God damn. That was a good answer.
Yeah, we were at a business event, and the speaker said something really good. He said, "Nobody knows what they're doing. Some people just do it anyways."
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's how I feel most of the time. I'm like, I've never grown an accounting firm. This is our first time we've ever grown an accounting firm. Like, we've done pretty well. But I mean, there's a lot of mistakes that created that learning.
The owner of Relevant Coffee, Mitch, he said something early on, because we were having a similar conversation just about like being busy and everything, and he just said, "You'll never catch up. You'll never."
It's the same thing.
Yeah, just
it's an illusion.
But I think living with that and understanding what that is powerful. Because it's not like you picture yourself checking off one box and being like, "All right, I'm done." That's never going to happen. Just I know from my own personality that won't happen ever in my life, I don't think. So
no, and we were talking about this just this morning in our staff meeting. It's like anything that grows, whether it's a relationship, a business, anything, it will always expose your weaknesses. If you grow, you will learn your inefficiencies. It will be exposed somewhere. Yeah, always.
Yep.
So there's always something new. If you're going to grow and develop and get better, there's always going to be something to work on. I mean, in our experience with like bookkeeping, we have hundreds of clients, which means when are we ever going to be caught up? As soon as somebody just goes and swipes a card, we have more work to do. Yeah. Like, it's just impossible to catch up. Like, you can be on time and you can be in a reasonable time frame, but like it's never ending. Which is also why we tell our employees, like, hey, work will be there on Monday.
You're gonna be
okay.
Yeah,
there's be all right.
There's gonna be people at my funeral like, well, I guess we're not doing that thing tomorrow, or I guess I'm not going to get that. Yeah.
So my taco order won't be ready.
I guess that project's not going to go through, or I guess but I think that's how I want it to be. I always want you got to have stuff to look forward to. You got to have stuff out there, like scheduling, over optimize your time. Like Jan always calls me a time optimist. That's why I'm usually like 5 or 6 minutes late to everything, because I'm like, I got to do this.
The most successful people are.
Got 12 minutes to do this.
Thank you for sharing that, dude. You're right.
Also, the most successful people are all Tauruses.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Are you a Taurus? All late all the time.
When's your birthday?
October 25th.
Damn it! All right.
Yeah, that theory went away.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it to the most successful people are 5 to 10 minutes late, Nathan.
Okay, I got a comment.
I'm usually always like
this is just something that I really appreciate, because we've hung out several times, we've golfed several times. Things like that. One of the reasons I really enjoy being around you is just how you talk about your family, and specifically how you talk about your wife. I especially when we're golfing with people, it's one of the first things I notice is like, how do they talk about people that should be important to them? And you've been like, every time we talk about your family, your kids, or whatever, it's all about what you're doing with them, like how great they're doing, like your kids and their accolades and their sports and stuff like that. And I just got to commend you, man. I really appreciate how you talk about your family. It just speaks volume to your character, to your morality, to your ethics, and it makes you a really easy person to support.
Thanks, man. That means a lot. I'm really lucky. I get a great family and good kids, and yeah, it hasn't been easy or perfect, but it's just like business, I know we're here to work hard and support each other, and we'll figure it out. Whatever comes our way, we'll figure it out, and we'll tackle it head on together.
Yeah, that's great. Anything else you want to run over, Mike?
No, man, it's my first time getting to hang out with you more than like 5 minutes.
Just saying hi?
Yeah, just saying hi to you or whatever. So it's really cool to get to know you and know that the most successful people are 5-10 minutes late, which is what I'll take away forever on this. Honestly, it's great, and we should definitely go grab some tacos and
helium
mezcal.
beer.
Let's do it.
And
We
helium
got to
beer.
do the helium beer. I think we would have
Yeah.
so much fun doing some helium beer together. We'll record it. It'll be
100%
great.
down.
You
Yeah.
down?
That's the next podcast.
All right, we're gonna do a podcast. We'll do
Yeah.
another one. We're just
All
gonna call it the
helium
helium
beer.
beer
Yeah. We'll just-
podcast. We're gonna make it happen. It's gonna be so much fun.
Hell yeah, part 2. And we should get Relevant Guy on here too. I forgot that was a
Yeah, I like
good
Mitch
start.
so
That'd be
much.
fun.
We spent a fair amount of money there. Our office used to be a block away, so
I remember. I'd see you guys there a lot.
yeah. We've frequented the establishment.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, dude, thank you so much for coming and being on the
pleasure.
podcast today.
Yeah,
This has
thank
been
you guys.
wonderful to get to know you more and hopefully your story. Tell everybody how they can get a hold of you, how they can get in touch with your restaurants and all your businesses. Walk us through it.
Yeah, 6th and Washington is the downtown Vancouver location. LittleConejo.com actually has a link to the Ridgefield, Little Conejo, and the downtown Vancouver location. And then Bunny'sRidgefield.com is the website there. We got a phone number, old school pizza phone number, 887-7200.
I love it.
And they want catering for Wild Hair.
Wild Hair, I think that's probably the best way to
Which, by the way, is a
reach out.
bunny.
Thank you.
It's spelled differently. Did you guys know that?
Yeah.
There's a catering button on littleconejo.com you can reach out to. We're still working on getting a Wild Hair catering website up. Really like to. That's one of the things for 2025 is get everything all in one place and just have links going to all the different businesses and locations and stuff. So
Wonderful. Well, Michael, thank you so much for being here and telling us a little bit more about
The other side.
thanks, guys. That was fun.
Oh, we're not done yet. We have the outros. He said 8 times max.
8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
We're bad at math.